Wearing a lot of black lately.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin on the other side of the glass. And you got the big, wonderful Larry Lee out in L.A., California.
L.A., California, City of Angels, Hollywood.
Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what, this is a weekend I'm looking forward to it. Now, I want to tell y'all something.
Okay.
Back in the day, we had a week of winter break. We used to have a midwinter break. It was called midwinter break.
Okay.
And it was around those. Now, President's Day, which is Monday, we used to have, remember, we didn't have President's Day. We had George Washington's birthday and Abraham Lincoln's birthday in February. Remember that? We get those 2 days off. So we got a week off, and then they gave us 2 days. They consolidated it, and now they call it President's Day, honoring both Lincoln and Washington.
Right. Okay.
And, and they give you that week. They give you this little week. So CJ's got, and I'm just telling you this because I had a rough day today because I had to have CJ.
Okay.
He got off today, and he'll have Monday off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Monday's a legit day off because that's President's Day, right?
Right.
Today, they just give you that off. You know, the teachers wanted to get that Friday off. You don't get a 4-day weekend.
Gotcha. Right. So
I was out there buying toys and everything like that, getting CJ ready, for the holiday.
Man. So wait, are you buying toys for President's Day?
No, if he was good, I would buy him a toy. And
okay.
Usually we had a $5 minimum, right? I keep it cheap. Well, he said, well, I ain't going nowhere with you, Daddy, unless. And now he had me, I ain't gonna drag him out because he gonna cry, right? So I upped it to $50, right?
Oh wow, okay.
So we went out. He goes, this says $47.99. That's less than $50. I said, yeah. He said, I want that.
Hey, he'd be a good contestant on Price is Right, man.
He did. I said, I'm gonna tell everybody what you did to me on the radio today. Yeah.
CJ learning, he's learning how to maximize.
On one hand, I was proud of him in what he was doing, right?
Right.
On the other hand, I just got
You just got beat for about $45.
Right. I just like what?
I know.
So it's all right. You know what? He was like, you got to go to the radio anyway.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I gotta go. He's like, you're gonna leave me by myself. I said,
how old is CJ? 5?
CJ 5 years old. But his sister, who's 22, she came over and got him and took him to go play some video games at her house. And I'm like, okay, all right.
That's a good thing. Well, my grandson is 5, and guess what happened Monday? I got there, to go see him, and I was going to try to do the show, but I got so involved and entangled with him and his twin brothers that, man, I said, Jamie, I can't do the show today, man. We're having too much fun with these guys, man. So it was all good.
Family first. You know what I say, family first, brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is the most important thing. Speaking of families, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be in my seat tomorrow at 12:45 cheering on the University of Michigan against
who? Say it.
Bruins of UCLA.
That's right. I wanted to be there. I really did, but there's something coming that came up like next week that I need to be there for, and I said I can't go back east for the whole week like that. So I'll be back there next week, and so I had to forfeit going to the UCLA Michigan game. Because remember, I told you,
right?
I was planning on going with you, man.
Yeah, we was gonna have fun. I wanted to go.
Yeah,
well, we
man.
going anyway, and it's a whiteout. And I was telling Derek, I'm gonna have to take something back. But I went and got me a whiteout shirt. Got CJ a whiteout shirt. We gonna be representing tomorrow. It's whiteout tomorrow, folks.
Man, you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
This ain't Labor Day in the Chrysler Center, man. This is a game day atmosphere. This is all out. Bring your voice. That's what they said. Bring it and leave it there.
Well, you know what? I know we have our differences sometimes, but then I will tell you when I'm a Michigan man and I'm all for Michigan, but I won't be tomorrow, okay?
I don't know why. You should be cheering for that former Bruin that y'all gave to him.
No, he left.
I really appreciate it.
He left, so
he got pushed out. He was not.
Left,
he needs a cerebral coach I'm using your words against you. See, a cerebral coach who understands this young man, doesn't yell and scream and tells him, you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. God, yelling all the time.
I hope he get dunked on tomorrow.
He's gonna dunk on somebody tomorrow, maybe 5 or 6 times. I'm gonna tell you that. That boy, he gonna rock the rim tomorrow. There's a rocking coming. It's coming.
I got a feeling he will be fired up. Hey, I got a feeling he will be fired up now, and so will Cronin. That's your Michigan. That's your Izzo out west. Your Western Izzo.
He worried about if he gonna have a good dinner with Tom Izzo. I'm like, what? I mean, it's in the article. It says, I hope I have a good article, have a good conversation with Tom Izzo for dinner. I hope he doesn't want to have dinner with me. But I mean, Izzo's playing today. I mean, he got big game. Big game.
Birds of a feather flock together,
Right, bruh. I mean, come on. But see, Izzo can rock that like that because he got the credentials. He got all what it needs to get, right? Everybody, he been to the Final Fours. How many times? He got a natty. He's the last team to get a natty. So he got all that. Mick ain't got everything like that. I mean, all he got is a championship at the Skyline Chili game against Xavier, right?
I got to be loyal. So, I will be going against the Wolverines tomorrow.
Yeah, that's your team.
That's my team. Go Bruins, go. Da 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 da. U rah rah C rah 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 L rah 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 A rah 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 UCLA fight.
Okay, all right. That'll be enough of that. Probably the last and first time I'll be listening to that. But hey, I look forward to it. It'll be a good game. I loved it. It would have been fun having you there. But you know what, Larry? It's just good to have you on and talking to you and can rib you about some things. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
We figured it out. Let me tell you, when they went down by 18 to Northwestern, I'll tell you what, they could have just threw it in the towels. I mean, we 22 and 1, we're gonna be 22 and 2. We good. Right. We'll just throw that in, right?
But they didn't do that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Jamie. I'm a slappy at times about some things, but I'm also a realist. This University of Michigan team is special. There's something special about this team, man. Let's, when we get into March and then we start doing the tournament time. But, the other thing was, because our question of the day 2 days ago was, are you taking the field or are you taking, 1 and 2, right?
Right. You're taking Arizona and what's it called?
Arizona and Michigan.
Yeah.
So, when you really think about it, you say, I'll root for Michigan, and I'll take one of those two. But as I think it was Philly E and some others said, it's hard. You got to take the field, man. Now that at first I was all Michigan,
Oh,
But
I'm not. I'm not
you
taking.
know, that tournament time, crazy things happen.
I get it. But see, here's the thing. I get what they're saying. It's crazy, right? You know everything like that. But
Right.
this is the team that went to a tournament earlier in the year, and look at how they were playing in that tournament. That wide open offense that they can run. Think about what they could do with that. They're ready now. They're ready.
I hear you loud and clear.
They're ready for the half-court offense. They're ready for they have him. They have a leader on their team. Yaxel Lindenberg leads them, and he leads them. And look, in his scoring, in his actions, all the things. He could be the leading scorer every night if he wanted to. He doesn't want to. He wants everybody to get theirs. Everybody.
The biggest thing I think they got is team. And you know, we was talking about it with the Seahawks.
Yep.
You know, when a team when a group of guys come together and decide, you know, that the team comes before individual accolades and all that kind of stuff, then you know that's when it's something special. And Michigan's got that something special. It's like the time 2-3 years ago we talk about the Lions when everybody was bought in and on the same page about the team more so than their individual stats and individuality. That's when it's something special. And Michigan has that right now. They're all in. They're all in, and they got a cerebral coach to help them overcome some things. You know, it's all together.
The coach loves them, and they love the coach. All the coaches that are on that staff, and you can see it in the emotions that they have. There's no arguing and bickering. And I'll say this: they're down by 18. You don't see no emotional difference. The faces stay the same. There's no frustration. Sure, they got it going within themselves, but they keep it to themselves, and they believe in one another.
And see, that's the kind of the intangibles, outsiders we should all be looking at when we are judging a team, when we are judging, you know, who can win and who. Man, the team aspect to me supersedes everything. When everybody's bought in, you know, because nowadays with the monies that are there and these guys making money and that kind of stuff, you know, it could very easily be me. But in this day and time, I think psychological coaching and psychological guidance is what wins. And Seattle had it. You know, the Lions had it 2 years ago. When everybody on your club is bought in and giving in and not worried about their individual stats and that kind of thing, that's when you got something special. And Michigan's on that roll right now. They have that.
Well, it's what Dusty May said. Last year we had some problems. We came into this and we really didn't know what to expect into the Big Ten.
Right.
We didn't know how tough it was. We didn't know how physical it was. And you had those two big centers that we had, 2 7-footers and everything like that. And they got pushed around too. Everybody was, and they would look at them like, ref, you gonna call this? They don't call that here in the Big Ten, bro. They don't call that here in the Big Ten. You got to play on. And that's what we had to learn. This team, they don't have to learn this.
If you notice, the latest winners here recently in this era, the teams that are teams are the successful one.
Right.
Look at Indiana in football.
Yeah.
That was a cohesive unit.
They believe in one another. Yeah.
One. They were all for one for all. Seattle Seahawks. Michigan's got it going right now. That's the key to success these days. It's not X's and O's. It's not this or that. You know, but when things do get sideways, that's when your coach needs to be the difference, you know, and making the right decisions about things. That's my whole big argument about team sports right now. And you only get so many kumbaya moments where everybody's bought in, everybody's on the same page, and they're fighting for their brother. That doesn't happen very often, and when it does, you better capitalize upon it because it might not come back around for a while.
One of these majors is starting to play really well. They still undefeated.
Is that Miami?
Yes, man. Miami of Ohio. I said Ohio, not Miami,
not you, Bill. Not the U.
Not the U. I said Miami of Ohio.
Red Hawks. What are they? Red Hawks? Red Hawks?
Yeah, they call them well, there was something else, but yeah, they're called the Red Hawks, aren't they? Yeah, Red Hawks right now. So yeah, I mean, but when they don't get respect. They're not getting respect. I'm just saying.
No.
They ain't giving them respect. It's kind of bad, ain't it?
They could be. Would they be a number one seed?
No, you ain't playing nobody. Right. To the numbers, KenPom wouldn't. I mean, they're not doing the numbers that like a Michigan or an Arizona, a Kansas. Right. They're not doing those. Houston. I mean, look, it's tough that way.
They might make a little
noise. You get a chance
noise
to watch them if you want. They're going to be on tonight at 9:00 on ESPN. You can check it out.
Check that out. Yeah,
They play in Ohio.
Well, I told you the trivia. Who's the greatest Red Hawk basketball player?
You did tell me that.
Huh?
You want me to tell you that now?
I said it the other day.
I know you did. Good God. And you said, oh my God, who did you say?
My homeboy, Ron Harper.
Ron Harper, right. Ron Harper. I got to think Ron Harper's son. I was thinking his son, Ron Harper Jr. I'm like, okay, that's Ron Harper. Yes.
Now, I tell you, we all got these neighborhood stories, right?
Right.
Ron had a brother named John Harper who was a year older than me. Ron can't touch John Harper. I'm telling you that. But John was one of those guys.
Did he get to the league? Did he get to the league?
Didn't get to the league. Extracurricular activities.
I got you.
Prevented him from getting to the league. But boy, his brother John Harper was a beast. Yep.
Another team you're not hearing anything about, but keep an eye on them. And I don't want to say they upset UConn, but they got UConn. St. John's. Don't forget the Johnnies. The Johnnies.
Are they back?
Rick Pitino got him. When you got Rick Pitino, there's a lot of dough following you.
He reminds me of like one of them Italian gangster type guys.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of money following Rick.
Every time, the Godfather should be playing when they take the court.
Exactly. The Johnnies are playing well. I'm just saying they got UConn, so I'm just letting you know, man. Everybody in Connecticut was upset with Michigan because Michigan, they shouldn't be where we are. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm just letting you know.
Well, back in the day, St. John's was very reputable. You remember those?
Lou Conosucker. I know Lou Conosucker. He used to play that. The way he coached them up. I mean, he wasn't afraid of anybody in the Big East.
But see, you got me messed up, man. Because every time I want to mention, something old school, I'm like, I don't even want to mention it because they don't know what we're talking about.
Don't nobody know what coach name who that is. They don't. What I just told you.
I know, but you know what?
John Thompson. I mean, they don't know who John Thompson is.
But you know what we need to do? We need to be historians and keep their names alive. So this younger generation, if they're listening to the show or we bring back names and, a little nostalgia is good. So I'm going to continue to keep throwing out all these old school names. Maybe they might learn something.
If I said Michael Jordan, they thinking the shoe. They thinking the shoe. Wait a minute. On.
That's a different one. That's a different one.
They know Jordans. They know Jordans. They don't know Mike. They don't know MJ until they go Google them. They got to go watch them. And they say, damn, he played. And then I got one for you. If they don't, if you think they know Jordan, do they know Dean Smith? Do you know who Dean Smith is? Tell me who Dean Smith is. If you're a basketball head.
So what about Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, we talked about Sidney Moncrief one time. College legends.
Ain't nobody knows Sidney Moncrief. Everybody gonna say what? Who?
That is amazing to me, man.
Derek, do you know who Sidney Moncrief is?
I do not.
See, there you go. Derek's my boy.
Okay. Derek, hate to pick on you. Okay, Kiki Vanderway.
Negative.
No, he don't know. It's not color or size or what. No, they don't know him. They don't know him.
Okay, we're picking on you now, Derek. You know Isaiah Thomas.
Well, sure. He lives here in Detroit. He knows.
Okay, Scott Benson.
No.
I'm gonna give you one, and you should know this one, but I'm gonna give you one. How about Patrick Ewing?
I've heard the name, not familiar though. No.
And I'm just saying. I mean, that's the number 1 draft pick in that day. I'm just telling you, number 1 draft pick.
Making me feel young, though. I like it.
Do you feel we picking on you right now?
It's okay. I mean, maybe a little bit, but hey, it's warranted. It's warranted.
I mean,
okay, Clyde Drexler.
Nope.
Wow. 5 Slammer Jammer. Have you heard of 5 Slammer Jammer?
No.
My goodness.
I'm letting you guys down. I know. I'm fully aware of that.
Oh my God, dude. These are college basketball heroes.
Okay, Lou Alcindor.
Oh no, he ain't gonna know that one.
Nope.
Hey, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
You know
that is Lou Alcindor.
He changed his name.
Okay.
He changed his name.
Okay. I know what Chamberlain.
Oscar Robertson.
Nope.
Wow.
Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Derek is a hockey guy. I'm sorry. That's what
okay. Bobby Hall.
Bobby Hall, yeah. He was on the 02 Red Wings, yep.
Yeah.
St. Louis Blues, yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay. See, I mean, that's what it is, man. I guess you.
I know some football too. I know I'm into football, so I know.
You know Gale Sayers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus Allen?
No.
I told you.
It's exposing me here on the M
Zone. You can't go that far out.
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
He knows Ronnie Lott now. Okay.
All right. Lawrence Taylor.
We're not bullying Derek. I'm sorry. EB's right.
Here we are. Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor? Oh yeah. Joe Theismann broke his femur, right?
Okay.
Hey. All right. See?
I think he was the defensive player of the year that year too.
All right.
He was.
Okay,
you got that right. He was the springboard.
It's getting good to Derek. Now I got one. I'm gonna roll with it.
Come on, keep it up, keep it going.
Curtis Martin.
No. Nah, that ain't
Damian Tomlinson.
LT, yeah. Oh yeah.
He knows LT. See, he even said LT.
Charges.
Okay. Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, tight end.
Okay, there you go. Okay. All right.
Yep. That was the era I really started to pay attention to football. Yeah, like late 2000s. Yep.
Johnny Unitas,
yeah.
Okay.
He was on Colts.
There
right?
you go. Good job. There you go. See, but that's a hero. That's an icon. Everybody used to say Johnny U. Right. Johnny U. They knew he wore the high top. He had the black high tops on.
Reggie White,
receiver, right?
No. Defensive tackle.
I've heard the name. Yeah.
Okay.
He
played for the Philadelphia Eagles and then went to the Green Bay Packers and won them a Super Bowl.
Arguably one of the best defensive ends ever.
Sure. No, I'll agree with that. Look, I get it. I told you the generations that followed us, Big Sweet, they're not gonna. They got a short memory. They know who the greatest. I mean, to them, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player, isn't he? I mean, I'm just saying.
I think MJ.
You think
I've
MJ.
watched enough highlights.
You've seen MJ. Okay, I'm just saying, but a lot of people would say LeBron James.
Yeah.
It's a big conversation.
And that's a debatable argument. LeBron. Well, everybody, on the national radio and all that, or television, That's all you see is LeBron or Michael Jordan.
It used to. I'm going to say this. It used to be Bird, Magic, and it used to be Dr. J. Bird, Magic, then Bird, Magic, then Magic,
right,
and then Jordan came in. That's how it went.
Yeah. Bird and Magic kind of put the NBA back on the map.
Put them on the map. Because you remember back in our day, they used to fight all the time, and they used to, there was a lot of, narcotics.
Wasn't nothing like the Celtics-Lakers rivalry back in the day.
Right. It was great. In the early 80s, 90s, those were classic. Classic.
Yeah, classic. You're right. Good. And I was out here during the Lakers, the Showtime Laker. Right. Boy, you talking about? LA was on fire, man. LA was a lot of fun.
The city of Boston was on fire. I mean, they would go crazy. Hey, we're gonna stick it right in you, Magic. We're gonna come after you.
What was the GM of the Celtics with the cigar?
What's his name? God.
Yeah. GM of the Celtics with the cigar.
Not just the GM, he was part owner too. Red Auerbach. Red Auerbach. Yeah, I remember Red. Red was crazy, man.
Yeah.
We got to go to a break. I'm late. We got Kev coming on the other side. Kevin Fitzsimon on the other side. El Presidente of the U of M Club. Yes, of the U of M Club of Ann Arbor. On the other side, you're listening to the M Zone on the big 1050.
Clear on radio.
I forgot one from back in the day. Clyde Frazier.
Yeah, Clyde Frazier. I don't think Derek know who Clyde Frazier is.
I used to love some Clyde Frazier, boy.
It would crack me up if he said, "Oh yeah, I know him." He was the suavest dude we knew.
He had become an agent, and he came to Dayton to recruit me. And he's sitting in my living room. I said, "Clyde Frazier sitting in my living room right now."
That is crazy.
I know. Yeah. He could dress to the nines, boy.
Oh God, everybody loved his dressing. Them trench coats, man, everything, man.
Oh yeah, Clyde.
My wife is gonna kill me. Oh, I know. And I bought my son some cinnamon bread today.
Okay.
Gotta calm him down.
That sugar, that sweet hype him up.
Yeah. Just calm him down. Just I used to watch my wife. I'm like, why you getting our baby a cookie? She goes, he eats all his food and then he knows he can have that cookie.
You can have that cookie. That 5, 6, 7, man. Yeah, that's a great age, man.
And he corrected me today. Okay. I said, "You're 5." He goes, "I'm 5.5." I said, "Okay, all right."
That's my grandson.
You little mother farmer. He said, "Why did you call me a farmer?"
That's my grandson. They're truthful, man. That's what the Bible says. Come as little children because they tell the truth.
So Nate Newton, Ray Lewis, Joe Klecko, and the guy, what's his name? The guy who, remember Everybody's an All-American, that movie?
Everybody's okay.
Everybody's All-American. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, okay.
They all got pardons. They got pardons by the president. Remember
what?
when Nate Newton was carrying a pound of
Oh,
weed?
yeah. That's right.
He just
Yeah.
got pardoned for it.
So what was Klecko in trouble for?
I don't know. He's doing taxes. Taxes, baby.
Oh.
Taxes, baby. Right. It says formerly Lewis, formerly the Baltimore Ravens and Cleveland Browns pleaded guilty in a drug case. That ain't Ray, though. I don't think that's
no,
Ray.
Ray was a part of that potential murder thing. Remember?
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to go over who he like. It was Joe. Okay, it was Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis.
Oh, Jamal Lewis. Okay.
Yeah. Nate Newton, Joe Klecko, Travis Henry, and Billy Cannon. That's the kid from LSU, and the movie was made after him.
So
that Trump, he pardoned all of them.
That's a whole different subject.
I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, he did that, man. I mean, Nate Newton driving across the border with 175 pounds of marijuana. 175.
The big Nate. I was watching a special on what's the big tackle's name, man? Right tackle for Dallas during that day. Eric Williams.
Eric Williams, he died.
Eric was no, Eric hadn't died.
No, didn't one of the tackles die?
Yeah, that was you're talking about the guard from Sonoma State, big fella. He died.
Okay.
But Eric was a beast, man, from Central State, right outside of Dayton. That boy, Eric Williams, was a beast. He could handle Reggie White. That's one of the few guys that could handle Reggie White.
Wow.
You talking about Larry Allen?
Yeah, I got you, man. Go do your thing. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, you talking about Larry Allen? That's
Larry Allen. That's who I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey Porter ain't backing down from nobody. He telling you.
Yeah, I meant to talk about that yesterday, man. Yeah.
You got California Love playing right now for you, Larry.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you.
He Joey, man, he's defending his coach, man.
No, he's going all out. That's good for him.
I don't know why Debo wanted to dog Mike Tomlin a little bit.
I'm back from break here. Stand by.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Loff with us, and you got Big Sweet Larry Lee.
California Love.
He did play that for you. And you got the El Presidente's on with us.
Okay.
That's Kevin Fitzsimon. What's up, Fritz? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Jamie. TGIF. Boy, got a great weekend of sports, Michigan sports this weekend. We've got Michigan hockey tonight,
right?
Against State.
We need this. We need this.
Oh, we do. Special weekend though for me for another reason. We have an annual reunion with my Sigma Nu brothers. And, one of our brothers, Keith Carter, played hockey here in the late 70s, and we got 15 brothers that come in every year for a hockey game, and this is the weekend. So we're going to celebrate by going to the game tonight together, and then tomorrow we're going to go to Chrysler and watch Michigan take on UCLA, which is also going to be a significant game because they're going to be honoring the 66 and the 76 and the 86 Big Ten champions. So I feel like I'm going to see my youth pass right before me.
That's going
to
be great.
A lot of classmates.
All my classmates. I'll get to see my classmates. I'm going to go down and slap them in the back of the head.
Hey, Kevin.
I love that 86 Michigan team, with Butch Wade and Richard Relford, who's from Mass, I believe. Your neck of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great weekend. And we're going to recap it all at the U of M Club of Ann Arbor on Monday. And related to hockey, we are going to have Michigan legend Red Berenson speak to our club at Weber's Inn, and that'll get underway at 11 o'clock.
Oh, it's going to be quiet when there. It's going to be a quiet one there. Everybody's going to be attentive and listening.
Yeah. Red is truly a legend. I mean, he is 33 years coach at Michigan, two-time national champion, 11 Frozen Fours. He was a leading scorer when he was a player here at Michigan, All-American. Scored 47 goals his senior year, and had an illustrious NHL career. I think the only player ever to score a double hat trick in an NHL game at an opposing rink. He scored 6 goals in a game against Philadelphia.
I learned more and more about this man. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys, and when he was coaching here and coming to our club regularly, he was one of the coaches that everybody listened to. I mean, when there was anything going on within the athletic department, people looked to Red from every sport for his opinions and his leadership, and he was always very forthright, and people respected him as his peers in the coaching ranks here at Michigan. And he's just an incredible human being, still going strong and a part of the program. Brendan Naratto, who came to our club last month, says Red still comes out in the ice and watches the team and offers insights. And why wouldn't you listen to somebody like that? I mean, pretty much like when Bo was still had an office in Beckler Hall.
Yep.
When Lloyd was there. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be great. So in fact, some of my hockey buddies are going to be sticking around for that luncheon as our guest. And we invite your listeners to also come and join us this Monday at Weber's Inn as our guest as well. You don't have to be a Michigan grad to be a part of the U of M Club of Ann Arbor. We are a club that just has a conviction for Michigan sports and supports all its athletic teams. And as such, this past week we had a great luncheon. We had head assistant basketball coach and general manager Kyle Church speak to our club. And Kyle is the Sean McGee, if you will, of the basketball team. Mm-hmm. And, it's the first time that Sean's been to our club. And I think he really enjoyed it. You could feel the spirit and camaraderie of all our members. And he actually said all the assistants were fighting to come to that luncheon because of the week they had before, beating Nebraska and Michigan State back to back. So, but it doesn't get any easier. We still have a big game besides tomorrow. On Tuesday, we go to at Purdue, mm-hmm. and then we'll be in D.C. next week taking on Duke. So, the season continues, and what's nice about this team that Dusty Mays assembled is that we've got 9 players that are truly interchangeable parts and could be starters. And it turned out that's what was needed to help us get over the hump when we dug that hole in Evanston against Northwestern. Kason came off the bench, played the last 15 minutes, and scored 15 of his 18 points, and was dealing and cutting and doing all the things that flipped that game completely on its ear. We went on a 40-13 run, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
When we were down 12 minutes to go, and just a testament to our players always being ready and ready to jump in when needed. So, it's really exciting. We've got, we're going to have 2 more basketball coaches speak over the next 2 weeks. And then in March, we'll have Tim McCormick talk to the club about the upcoming tournament and March Madness. So he breaks things down professionally as an announcer and also doing podcasts for U of M basketball. So there's still lots to hear and learn from, and you can get all that information and access by coming to the U of M Club. And that's each Monday at Weber's Inn. Weber's Inn in itself is a veritable institution, serving fine food, and you get a full meal with a salad and a choice of a couple of different entrees. But most importantly, you get access to ask questions to a coach directly by just raising your hand. And without the specter of media there's no coach speak. You get straight answers. And Kyle Church did that last week. I know Dusty was upset, just talking about the characterization of our team and how they're basically kind of vagabonds trying to just do money grabs. But Kyle being in charge of that side of the business, he clearly said that there was relationships long before that existed. Somebody that was in the Axel Lindenberg circle was someone that, really looked up to and had played for Dusty May before. So there was a level of trust there, and, it had nothing to do with money. I mean, it was not the biggest money grab for any of the 4 transfers that came this year, and Kyle made that clear. So, it's about, what was evident last year when Danny Wolf came in, what we did as a team and what Dusty May and his staff was able to produce. And so that's what's attracting these people. They see something bigger. They see an opportunity to play winning basketball. And it isn't just all about money, as other teams have tried to characterize. So this team has, been selfless. I mean, the sacrifice and the roles that every player has taken for the good of the team has been admirable. And, I just can't wait for the rest of the season. But there is a lot of basketball yet to be played. So we'd love to have your listeners come out and try us out. Again, you can come as a guest. No need to join, but we're pretty confident that once you are in that room, that ballroom, and once you are amongst the fans that are like-minded, like your listeners are, that they're going to say, this is something I should do. And there's no need to come every week, come whenever you can. It's just merely $60 to join. And the $60 goes towards scholarships that we provide to the athletic department and to also Washtenaw County students at Michigan on the basis of merit and need. So that's where the $60 goes to. But if you join now, you can still get the benefit of all our luncheons through not only March when Tim McCormick speaks, but also April 20th after the spring game on the 18th, we have our M-Man Award, and football will be speaking for the first time. So it's all something that you can benefit from by now paying this year, but then you get all of next year paid for as well.
Right.
So by jumping in right now, you can get the benefits of the remainder of the season, but also be paid through spring football of 2027. So it's still a great time to join the U of M Club of Ann Arbor, and is always a great time to be a Michigan Wolverine.
No, Kev, look, you're right about that. I mean, it's a great opportunity. And like I told you, when I text you today, I'm like, hey, I forgot to mention that to you for a year, that one of my closest friends, he just listened to us on the radio, and he said he just went and joined, and that's what he's been doing. I on Mondays.
You didn't even know.
Right. I didn't know until he hit me up and said, oh, I listened to you, James. I heard everything you said. Hey, it's a great deal. And he loves it's like he goes, it's like being with family members pretty much, because we listen to the same things, and we talk, we have something to talk about. The tables are not quiet. Everybody's talking amongst themselves when they don't have the speakers.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so invigorating to hear from our second coaches too. Last week we had Sean Mamie, who's the men's tennis coach, and to talk about his team, and the standard at Michigan Athletics, no matter what the sport is the same. It's academic excellence. It's the friendship and the camaraderie of lifelong relationships that are built through your time at the University of Michigan. And the standards don't change. I mean, it's really interesting, Jamie. Rocky Carter, who comes from your part of the woods in Mass.
Yep.
He met a young lady while working out. It turned out to be someone that was a classmate of one of his boys. A young lady that's a goaltender for Michigan field hockey here, Kaylee McMahon. She's from Stowe, Mass. And, she joined us for coffee today, wound up having lunch with our guys at Zingerman's, which is an incredible story, another incredible story of somebody that came into Michigan and, just has been able to fulfill so many things and objectives. She's now a grad student in Ross. And in fact, we were having coffee. Will Cheddar came in. She's friends with Will Cheddar. They gave each other a big hug, and Will came over and said hello. But, it's amazing. We finished school in the early 80s, and she's in grad school now, but you can see the passion and the love for the university, and it really transcends time. People just are fortunate that they become a part of this university and support the athletic teams we all support and love. And it's a bonding agent that just keeps people together for a lifetime. And she was so impressed that we still do this, after, some 40 some odd years. And, you can see the spirit that she has, and she'll continue to do that too, like we all do, that we've been also fortunate to be a part of this university.
Hey,
so,
Kevin.
The Club of Michigan is certainly something that harbors that and fosters that, and is a great place to keep that spirit alive.
Hey, Kevin, on a side note, I just want to tell you, when I was in school, Sigma Nu threw the best parties ever.
Well, public service announcement is something that's called Winterfest that goes on this weekend. And Sigma Nu always has the best hockey rink in the backyard, and they'll be raising money for charity, playing broom ball, and the games are pretty intense. So that's going to get underway tomorrow morning. So that's also a part of the festivities here this weekend. And I will agree with you, Swee. Sigma Nus do throw great parties.
Okay, all right. Both of you guys are saying that. I guess I didn't have time to party. You know what I'm saying? When I was in school,
I pledged, and I'm a Kappa, and I pledged, and but Sigma Nus and who I don't. You didn't have competitors, but SAE was the guys that kind of gave you guys the most fits, right? Or is there SAE? Was that right?
Yeah, they're the ones that have the mud bowl, the famous mud bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
But Sigma Nus at UCLA.
You know about the mud bowl.
I do know the mud bowl. I'm very familiar with it. I was asked to play in it by the kids at the golf outing we did. Remember the Woodson Golf Garden? Remember?
That's right. Yeah. But you can be proud of your brothers at UCLA. They do a good job. Sigma Nu. Yep.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So we're going to have also, besides Red Berenson, I don't want to be remiss in mentioning this, but Melanie Moore, the assistant women's basketball coach at Michigan.
Nice. Okay.
Will also be speaking, and the women have it going too. They damn near, came all the way back against UCLA. They hit a barrage of threes with less than a minute left.
Not my fault. I didn't watch the game. Not my fault. Hey, it ain't my fault. They should. Hey, they was in it. You was right, Kev. They was in it.
They were. But Melanie is an amazing recruiter. She's come back to Michigan after spending time as head coach at Xavier in the Big East, and she's assembled the number 2 recruiting class. Prior to going back to Xavier, she was responsible for recruiting and developing Naz Hillman, our first 2,000-point, 1,000 rebound player, that the highest player drafted.
She's the Cassie Russell of women's basketball.
Yeah, you got that straight.
Exactly.
And, I want to ask you. I hope we see Cassie Russell tomorrow.
I hope so too. That would be great.
Yeah, because he, that's the house that Cassie built.
Yep.
And he was on that 66 team, and so it'd be wonderful to see him out there on the court.
Yeah, I look forward to that. If you may see me running around on TV then, Big Sweet.
You were friends with that 86 team, huh, Jamie?
Yes.
I was teasing Jamie. I said, I love you guys. I was teasing Jamie. I love you guys, but tomorrow will be the only time that I'll throw the cross up. Other than that, I love you guys, but
you should have left with Mara. That's what you should have did.
Come on, Larry. We've adopted you now.
Exactly.
That's what John Wangler says. John says, Larry, man, you're a Michigan Wolverine, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
No, it should be an entertaining game. Cronin, he's a fiery coach. We talked about him last week and his similarities to Izzo in terms of the angry elf syndrome. But he is a good coach, and he knocked us out from playing in a Final Four.
He did. Ago, so. No, it was a while ago, but
yeah. I remember that.
No, so I expect another tough game, but with all these returning champions coming back to Chrysler and, home crowd. I like our chances.
Well, I like our chances too. And I like our chances for, hey, I'm taking Michigan for the whole weekend. Every sport, every team, I'm taking Michigan this week. I'm taking a clean sweep.
As you've heard me say, this Michigan basketball team, there's something special about it this year. It's in the air. It's in the air. This is a special team.
Well, as an outsider, that's good. You've got some objectivity, Larry, and I think so too. They have a chance to seriously be one of the very best teams ever here.
Yes, I agree.
Kev, thanks for the question of the day. I got a question of the day already now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
I know you can hear it, Kev. I mean, people can start getting ready. Of all the games we have left after Saturday, not including March 8th, what is the biggest game on that schedule?
Why are you
biggest game or the
toughest game? Toughest game.
Biggest game is going to be the game March 8th.
Right.
I think everybody would agree to that.
Right.
Toughest game, if I'm able to put in my vote,
sure.
I would probably say when we go down to Illinois.
Right. But I guarantee you everybody will say Duke, and because we haven't played them, they're out of our conference, all of that, and we're playing them at a neutral site.
Yeah, and it's really a national game, but it doesn't have any effect on the Big Ten.
No, it doesn't.
It may have an effect on seeding, but I think both teams are at this point, comfortable in being slotted as number one seeds in their respective regions. Them being the East and us being the Midwest. So it's not a do or die game, but for national bragging rights, you absolutely want that game. And I'll be calling you next week from there because I'll be down there at the game with my son.
I knew you would be. I was going to say, Kev, you going to that game? I know.
yeah. No, it should be exciting. It's a great game that we get a chance to rekindle again. We've played them before in the late '80s and early '90s on a regular basis, and I hope we continue to keep that game on the schedule in the future.
I agree with you. These two teams need to play one another. And Dusty, yes, you should be playing Duke and the likes of the Dukes and everything like that. So if you get a chance to play a non-scheduled game, that'd be awesome. Seems like everybody's got a ACC game on their schedule though, because somebody played Virginia the other last week. So I see a lot of teams putting them on schedule, the ACC on their schedule for some reason.
Yeah, and a lot of big games that have yet to be played, I guess are done by design for TV. Because
right.
Now, the Super Bowl's over with, and, basketball takes up the national airspace.
Well, you're right about that. College basketball is dominating.
Yeah, so that's why you're seeing Michigan and Michigan State play late, North Carolina and Duke play late, and then a game like we have against Duke down in D.C. next Saturday. Mm-hmm. But Purdue on Tuesday, that's going to be a rough one. But I think that Illinois game, because of the time of the year it's at, the smoke will be clearing by then. I think that'll be a real big game and probably their toughest test.
Yeah, I still think that Illinois says we are your biggest rivalry. They come playing too. I mean, they've given it to us. I'll admit that. Every time we play them, they bring their best out.
Yeah, and they've got it going. They really do have quite an impressive team. But Wisconsin, they took it to them. Just like they took it to us. They probably have the two most impressive road wins in the country, beating us and beating the Illinois.
Oh yeah, they got those quad ones. They're gleaming like rings. We got two very impressive wins in quad one. Yeah.
So they've got they're just a game behind the pack behind Michigan State and Purdue and Illinois and Nebraska. So don't discount Wisconsin.
No, Wisconsin. I respect Wisconsin. You don't have to worry about that. They came in and they beat Michigan in their house, so I'll agree with that.
Fortunately, that's the only time we see them, unless we see them in the Big Ten tournament. But
yeah.
We've got some tough road tests. Like I said, Purdue and Illinois yet to play, and of course we wind up with MSU. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a lot of basketball coaches come and speak to the club. So once again, encouraging all your listeners to come out and try us out. The U of M Club of Ann Arbor at Weber's Inn, each and every Monday at 11 o'clock. Kick off with the speakers about 11:15. And by 12:15, 12:30, you're done. And you'll walk away rejuvenated and filled with Michigan pride, and all prepared with your information from the coaches directly on the upcoming week.
Fitz, we appreciate you coming on, being a part of the M Zone. And listen to me, I know when the boys come to town, and I know this very well, because when my teammates come to town, I become that 21-year-old guy again that I think I am, but I ain't. You got to remember, you ain't that youngster anymore.
Got to pace yourself. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for the time as always, and as always, go Blue.
Thanks, Fitz.
Take care, Kevin.
Kevin Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimon. And we're going to go to a break. We come back. We got Austin Meeks on the other side, and we're going to talk to him and break it down with him. We're going to take it to town. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Big Sweet, we got Daniel Horton coming on at 4:30.
Okay.
Former point guard for the University of Michigan.
Okay, cool.
If Brian Ellerby did anything right, he brought Daniel Horton in.
All right.
I think it was Brian. I get everything all smushed up now. I'm getting old. Yeah, just look. He's trying to prove that he's got it. That's why he doesn't want to wear that safety belt. Come on, man. Everybody wants to be Bad Bunny now. Who's yelling?
surge protector with 6 outlets on the top, 3 plus 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports. Everything you need in one. Power button, a long cord. What more could you ask for? You'd be crazy not to grab this. You can get it right. This is a 16-in-1 surge protector with 6 outlets on the top, 3 on each side, plus 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports. Everything you need in one. A long cord? What more could you ask for? You'd be crazy not to grab this. You can get it right now. This is a 16-in-1 surge protector with 6 outlets on the top, 3 on each side, plus 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports. Everything you need in one. It's got a power button, a long cord. What more could you ask for? You'd be crazy not to grab this.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morse, Derek Laughlin on the other side of the glass, and you got Big Sweet. It's sitting pretty, looking good in California, IA. What's the temperature today, big dog?
It's a mere 72 degrees and sunny today.
We in the 30. We're gonna be 38. I mean,
it's above freezing. Above freezing.
It was freezing this morning. I had 2 pair of pants on, my long johns and my pants. I mean, it was good. I took them off. Now I'm good. It's hot. It's hot outside. That's what I'm saying.
After the show, I'm gonna take Mama out to dinner.
Educational for you this time with our guest. I'm gonna run it down for you because he really was on the educational level this week. So, Austin Meeks from The Athletic. Austin, the NCAA appeals committee affirmed the Committee on Infractions panel, finding that Connor Stalions, who appeared with an 8-year show cause penalty, they're going to continue that. They denied him pretty much, huh?
That's right. So is this thing over now? I think this thing is finally over.
Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, right. That was my reaction. I mean, it's been 3 years now. This appeal was really the last lingering issue to resolve in the whole sign stealing thing. I'd frankly kind of forgotten it was still out there until I saw the decision earlier this week. But yes, no surprise there. The appeal panel upheld the findings against Connor Stalions. He will serve his 8-year show cause. I doubt we'll see Connor Stalions on a college sideline anytime soon. And I think we can finally say this whole sign stealing investigation is officially over.
Wow. Thank you. Look, I'm glad that it's over. He got his chance in court. Right?
He did. There's a process. I mean, look, if you're a critic of the NCAA, you can say, the NCAA investigates, the NCAA hears the case and makes a ruling, and the NCAA hears the appeal. So, I know there's some separation between the different parts of the NCAA that carry out those functions. It's all broadly under the NCAA umbrella. If you're not a fan of the NCAA, you're probably never going to be satisfied with the process. But with the available process that's in place, he exhausted his final option, and that's what the decision was.
Well, okay. Well, God bless him, and we hope it goes quick for him, right?
I mean, look, he's probably not going to be a college football coach anytime soon, but there's other avenues to coach football. I know he's been coaching at the high school level. Maybe he can catch on in the NFL. I don't know. There's options out there, but probably not going to be in a college sideline.
Well, not for a while. Adai Mora. You did a great job giving us all the view. You did a great article on Adai Mora, and he just felt out of place playing with 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. And then, this brought him to America.
Yeah. I got to give credit to my colleague, CJ Moore, who did a great story on Adai this week about his transition coming from Spain, going to UCLA. the challenges he had adapting to college basketball in the United States, and the way that at Michigan he's really kind of found himself. Figured out who he is as a player, what he does well. Mentally, he's in a really good place, and he's been such a big part of Michigan's success this year. And I'm sure for him with UCLA coming in on Saturday, there's probably going to be some extra emotion attached to that. But it just goes to show, like, sometimes a change of scenery can really help unlock a guy's potential. And Adai Mara has really flourished in this season at Michigan.
I mean, I'm just asking this because I want to know more about him, because he was getting time at UCLA, and then all of a sudden it just started diminishing. And did he ever find? I mean, was it because he wasn't improving, or they just moved to the next best player?
Yeah, it's a great question. I know that Mick Cronin at UCLA has a specific way that he wants to play, and it's really different from the way Michigan plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's different from what Adai Mara would have experienced in Europe. I remember talking to Adai shortly after he got to Michigan about how Dusty May's style reminded him a little bit of the European game.
Mm-hmm.
It's more wide open. It's more free flowing. I mean, you watch Mick Cronin's team. They want to slow it down. They want to play in the half court. I'm not sure that Adai Mara really was well suited for that style of play. I just think the things he does well are things that are really accentuated in Michigan's style of play. I mean, he's a really good passer. He's pretty agile, for a guy who's 7'3". He's not just a guy that, sits in the paint and blocks shots, although he can do that.
Right.
So I just think it was probably personality, style of play, all of those things that factored into him being a much better player at Michigan.
And can I justify saying he's in better shape, ready to play? He's a year older.
Yeah, I think that's certainly true. I mean, a guy, that size, like, it takes those 7-footers time to grow into their bodies. I think it mentioned in the story how much taller he was than all of his peers when he was a young kid.
Yeah.
And like, just the coordination that it takes to be able to, move your body when you're that tall, like, it just takes those guys some time. And so I think probably early on at UCLA, he just was not physically developed enough to be able to do everything he needed to do, and mentally as well. And now you're starting to see all of that come together for him.
I mean, he was averaging 9.6 minutes per game at UCLA. Now here he's getting what he wants. He can stay in there as long and when he wants. They try to get him out and get him some rest every now and then. But I mean, he's a must-have on that floor usually.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we've seen just over the last couple months is his ability to stay on the floor late in the game.
Right.
There were questions of, foul shooting, are they going to have to take him off the floor? When teams go small, do they have to take him off the floor? And I think he's shown for the most part, like, he can handle the matchups, whatever teams want to throw at him. I always think teams that want to play small are going to be a tougher matchup for Michigan because Michigan has so much size.
Mm-hmm.
But Michigan can exploit that too, on the other end. And I think, this team has showed, a lot of versatility and the ability to match up with teams that play different styles. And I think part of that is, they have a 7'3" center who can do a lot of different things.
Yeah. And he does them well. And like you said, the foul shooting, he's been working on it because you can see he's stepping up and hitting his foul shots now. And, he's getting up and down that floor, and they find him. They look for him. Alley-oops are coming many more less than what it was,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Dusty May said that before the season, that they felt like Adai was leaving some points out there just by not running the floor. And I think that's a difference coming to Michigan from UCLA. Because like I said, Mick Cronin wants to kind of slow it down, UCLA is not a fast-paced team. And so when Adai Mera got to Michigan, the message was, hey, get out and run the floor because we've got guys who are going to find you with the lobs. And he can finish those. And that's really, that's been a big part of Michigan's ability to score and put pressure on the other teams is you've got a big man who can run the floor and you've got guards who can throw it up to him.
Well, it's great that he's comfortable here and he's getting everything he needs. And it seems like, Austin, I don't think this young man's going to leave anytime soon. I think he's going to give a couple more years, right?
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but he seems like the type of player who I think would probably benefit from another year. I think there's more to his game that we haven't seen yet that he could unlock with another year at Michigan. I mean, who knows? I think guys like that who can do what he can do, there's always going to be a role for you in the NBA. He's shown a little bit of range. He can step out and shoot it a little bit. He's not going to, he's not going to knock down, 5 threes a game, but he's got a little touch out there. If he could develop that part of his game, now you're talking about a real pro, a real prospect.
Right. You're talking NBA.
Hey, Austin, I had breaking news the other day. I said I'm going to get together some alumni and put some money together and get him back at UCLA.
I don't know what that would take, but
you heard this man. He's happy where he is in Ann Arbor.
I know.
He's happy in Ann Arbor.
I'm just messing with you guys. He's done well. He's found a home, and I am a big Dusty May fan. So I think he's in the right place. He's in the right place.
Yeah, I think so too. Dusty May, I continue to see this team, find different ways to win. We saw that this week too. I thought the Northwestern game was a game where they had to find a different way to win. And they figured it out. That was a weird game. I don't know how closely you guys watched that game, but to see Michigan down to Northwestern the way they were, and then I don't know what the final tally was, like 45-17. They outscored them in the second half, so that was pretty wild.
Did you watch TV or were you at the game in Chicago?
I watched it on TV. Yeah, I was at home.
You must have missed the announcer saying why was Northwestern came out how they did. I guess it was 70-30 fan wise Michigan over Northwestern in the stands. And some of the younger fans, students, were talking smack to the Northwestern players, saying, we're going to beat you by 30 and different things. Got them to the point where they were really red hot, mad. And that's why they came out like Wisconsin. And if you look at Northwestern, it looked like they ran out of they just didn't have enough horses to keep running. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end, they were tired.
Well, they played mad. I mean, just watching that game, you could tell something got under their skin.
Right.
It was a physical game. It looked like Adai got into it a couple times with Martinelli, and it seems like Northwestern's games are always like that. I remember even last year when Northwestern came here, it was like that game was every other possession. They had to go to the monitor because somebody, was grabbing somebody. I mean, Northwestern is they're not a real pretty team to watch. They're not by any stretch the most talented team in the Big Ten. They do have a way of just mucking up the game, making it real ugly and physical. And they did that for the first half and part of the second half before Michigan finally was able to turn it on a little bit and pull away.
Yeah, it was a good game. Austin, look, you knew there'd be some residual after the week that Michigan went through. So Michigan coming into into Northwestern, I thought that they would play, and they thought that they could play and get up the speed and get up to the height, but Northwestern stepped on the gas early and fast, and they couldn't miss. And they came in like Wisconsin, and they just kept playing, but they just didn't have enough horses to finish the game off.
Yeah, and I thought one of the things that stood out to me about that game, we've talked before about just how many different ways that Michigan can beat you.
Right.
And we saw another way in that game.
Mm-hmm.
LJ Kaysen really kind of carried the load, in the second half. Elliot Cadeau, I'm not sure how many minutes he played in the second half, but Kaysen was the guy on the ball basically for that entire comeback. And that's a role, we haven't really seen him in this year as the guy, the primary facilitator in this offense, but he's capable of doing that on a night when they need it. So nobody's going to look back on the win against Northwestern and be like, wow, that was a great win or anything like that. But it's one of those games where, if you look at it a little closer, like they had to figure some stuff out because they were down 16 in the second half and nothing they were doing was working. And it really was, Kaysen who helped them get it back on track.
No, LJ was great. He had a game to remember, as did Morez, as did Yaxel. And again, look, Mara played well too. I don't know why Chris Collins got all upset, but it just seemed like he was the player and he got fouled.
Yeah, well, there was the one hook and hold where Adai got called for the foul, and then they go to the monitor, and the guy's like got his arm, pulling him down. And then the other way, Adai goes up, and guy's kind of coming in underneath him, and he comes down with the elbow. And, that's what I was talking about, like Northwestern games. I just feel like that's how those games tend to go.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Northwestern, just how they play. They like try to get under your skin a little bit. And it took Michigan, I think, a little while to sort of adjust to that game.
Yeah, they had to figure it out. You're right. They had to figure it out. And I just loved – I mean, I did see Dusty a little red in the face, but he was calm in the huddle. It seemed like they were calm, and they came out and they played. I mean, look, it's pretty good when you got guys – when your team can score 40 – at 43 points, and the other team scores 17.
Yeah, I mean that's how that's what this team is capable of when they turn it on. And would you have liked to not to get down 16 points and then have to turn it on? Yeah, you'd like not to be in that position, but nice to know you can do it if you have to.
Well, it's nice to know. Yeah, and you're right. It's like I was telling Big Sweet, and I said, look, we don't just have a starting 5. We got a starting 9. I mean, if you look at it, you can start any one of those 9 guys, and probably the one you won't be able to replace is Yaxel. But outside of Yaxel, you got all starters. They're all starters. They go out there and they can play, and they can play as a unit. You don't miss anybody.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, guys have different roles, and there's guys on this team like Will Cheddar who, he's probably in the perfect role for him on this team. But if you needed him to be a starter, he absolutely could do that. Same with LJ Kaysen. He's got a role on this team, but he showed in that game that if you need to ride with him down the stretch, Michigan can trust him to do that. And that's a big thing to be able to just have so many combinations of guys you can put together depending on the look you need, depending on who's feeling it on a given night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw something like they've had a different leading scorer in like 8 of their last 9 games,
right,
or something like that. I mean, that's pretty crazy. That's a really balanced team.
But it's like they don't care who the leading scorer is. If somebody's hot, they'll get you the ball. They will feed the hot guy the ball as much as possible. I look, it's what they did for Namari, and what they've done for everybody that gets a spark. They want to feed the guy the hot hand, and it doesn't care about the minutes or different things like this. It's true what Dusty says. This team just wants to win.
Yeah, it's an unselfish team. It's a team that is going to get the best shot every possession. It's not a team that's got to force the ball to one guy, or there's nobody on this team that's going to go out there hunting shots every game. It's just a lot of guys who know how to play in the flow of the offense and take what the other team gives you. And, you know, I hear from time to time people say, does this team need a go-to guy? You know, do they need somebody who, you know, like a Trey Burke, you know, who asserts himself as the guy on this team? And I think that they've got a bunch of those guys, frankly. You know, I don't think you need the same guy to do it every night, because now they've had so many different guys show that on a given night, if you need them to be that guy, they can do it.
No, it's great. It's great. I'm looking forward to the interactions with UCLA players with Addae. I really am interested in, you know, how Mick Cronin's going to, you know, be when he comes over and shakes his hand. Hopefully he does shake his hand, you know?
He probably will. He's probably going to be pretty grumpy. He doesn't like to travel. I feel like every time I hear him talk, he's complaining about the schedule. That's okay. You know, I get it. It's a long flight. He'll probably be mad about something after the game, but that's just kind of how he is.
Yeah, he's worried about his meal with Izzo, his dinner with Izzo. That's what I see all the time. I'm reading this I'm like, why is he so nervous about Izzo's dinner?
Those two guys kind of cut from the same cloth a little bit, I think.
That's
School in them.
That's when we say birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, appreciate you coming on, being a part of the M Zone, and we'll catch up with you next week.
All right. Sounds good, Jamie.
Thanks, Austin.
Take care, Austin. Yeah.
That's Austin Meeks from The Athletic. I'm telling you, man, look, all I'm saying, Big Sweet, is who do you think will give Michigan the toughest time in the rest of their schedule? And when you look at that schedule, I'm going to give it to you right now. And I'm not including this game right now.
Okay.
Purdue is Tuesday, okay? Duke is Saturday, next Saturday. On next Tuesday, a week from next Tuesday, you got Minnesota. I mean, that's a trap game. That's what I'm going to call a trap game, because Minnesota's good in the barn. Trust me. No, is it at Michigan? It's at Michigan. Sorry, it's at Michigan. And then you got Illinois. Now, see, Illinois is a team, I told you, they think they're right, so they're going to be playing hard.
You would take Illinois over Duke?
I would. Right now.
Okay.
I would. Because they're going to be on the scramble. They just lost two. Two. Lost to Michigan State and they lost to Wisconsin, right?
Right.
So, I mean, they're back now. I mean, their backs against the wall. That's what I'm saying. So they're going to bring everything they got when they play against Michigan. Iowa, always tough to play in Hawkeye Arena. Always tough. They say you could ask my boy. You can ask some of my boys that used to play. Gary Grant used to tell me they would keep the doors open while we were playing just to keep it open, Jay. It'd be freezing in Iowa City. And I you know what? And I know the ultimate toughest game is going to be Michigan State. But if you minus Michigan State, what's the toughest team on your schedule that's going to give you the headache? I think it's Illinois. To me, just my belief.
Okay, and you omitted you discounted the
Michigan
UCLA.
State game. UCLA and Michigan State. No, we playing them tomorrow. That game is on. That game's on tilt right now.
Right.
UCLA should be here in their hotel room or practicing.
Right.
I'm talking practice. You better practice.
Well, that's one I'm going to watch tomorrow. I'm going to watch that one for sure.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna send you how to do this. Get it for free.
Okay. Amen. If it's free, it's me.
Yes. You're listening. We got to go to a break. We'll come right back on the other side, and we've got a special guest.
Okay.
A point guard that's coming back. We had on earlier in the year, but now he's here, and I want to break him down, see what he thinks about how the season's rolling. Okay. All of that on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Go use this
Put it on
restroom.
radio.
Thank you. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Daniel Horton. Mm-hmm. 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 You know, I hate hearing myself.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in for Ms. Man. Ms. is not here. He's been working all hard work. This morning I heard him on the sports show with Ira. How about that? He's all over the place. I tell you what. That being said, Big Sweet still here. He's with us. And joining us is a special member that I said from the good old days. It's Daniel Horton, former point guard for the University of Michigan. What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Daniel, this team seems to find all kinds of ways to win games. And again, they figured it out against Northwestern, a Northwestern team that came out hot and ready to play, and they pulled away. They were up 18 at one time, Daniel, and when they went in at halftime, we were trying to figure out now what are they going to do, but they figured it out. This is a good sign of a good team.
Yes, for sure. It's a sign of a championship caliber team when you can, fight through some real adversity, right? It's not just, we're not making shots, we're not guarding. It was multiple issues the first half, and they were they were able to rebound and come out and play a much better second half and we really win pulling away. So I think that was very impressive, and it bodes well for the future for this team.
Now, Daniel, I tell my colleagues here all the time, and I think I got Big Sweet on my Larry Lee. That's what we call him, Big Sweet. I got Big Sweet on my side now. I got Arizona and Michigan against the field. And I'm talking all college basketball right now. That's what I'm taking, Daniel.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good prediction, right? But you can't, I think it's a team like Houston, who's known for guarding people and really playing a physical, grinding style of play that works well in March, right? I think that's another team I'll probably throw in that group. And you never know, Duke or somebody else might play themselves into that four team group that separated themselves from everybody else, right? But right now, like I agree with you, Arizona and Michigan are kind of the two best teams I've seen so far.
Daniel, I definitely felt that way in the beginning, but after I got to thinking about it, you just said what I got to think about. The tournament, man, people show up in different ways, and there's some other teams that could surprise. There's always some surprises, correct? So
yes, right.
The more I think about it, the more I might be getting away from the 1-2 scenario. I think I might be going with the field.
You did already talk Big Sweet off this. Daniel, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping all the way in. This pool is, hey, I don't believe in nobody but Michigan and
I hear you
right now.
Because I've said it 1,000 times. This Michigan team is special. It is. There's something special about this team.
Yeah, no, for sure. If I had to pick just one team, obviously, and not even with my heart, because my heart bleeds blue, and I'm going to pick Michigan against the field, every time. So, but even just from a basketball perspective, where I kind of take my Michigan colored glasses off and analyze it from the basketball side of my brain, right there, Michigan's by far the best team that I've seen. That's including Arizona. Right, even with the one loss to Wisconsin, that's inconsequential to me. I believe Michigan has the best team. Like the way they guarded the second half against Northwestern, it'll be tough for anybody to beat that Michigan team, no matter who's making shots or who's not making shots. If they guard the way they guarded to start the second half, man, they're gonna be tough to beat.
Well, I think Yaxel Lindenberg. I mean, when you watch this young man, he's the guy, but you know what, Daniel? He doesn't need to be the guy. He doesn't need to be the leading scorer. You don't see him pushing himself. He's sharing that ball. He's getting it to the open guy. But he pushes them in a special way. Look, I'm talking, you got 9 starters. You don't have just 5 starters, and then you got 4 guys coming on. You got 9 starters. If you put those guys together, they move guys in and out, and you don't lose a drop.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yaxel is kind of the linchpin to everything that they do as far as offensively and defensively, especially defensively. I think yesterday he came out the second half. Him and Morris might have blocked 2 or 3 shots in the first 5 or 6 possessions of the second half to kind of set the tone. I remember one possession he guarded pretty much everybody on Northwestern's team, and ended up getting a rebound as well. So he's the linchpin of what they do, but don't get it mistaken. When it comes championship rounds, when it becomes the tournament, he's going to have to be special and offensively, and that's he's going to have to continue to do what he does as a baseline, but he's going to have a 25, 30-point game to get us home one of these nights. So I wouldn't push the. For me, as a former player and a coach, I don't like, it's great that he plays, he gets everybody involved and he shares the ball. But when it's time to be who you're supposed to be, we need you to go ahead and put that ball in the hole and bring us home. So
didn't he do that against Michigan State? He did that against.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's going to be needed a couple more times if we're going to get to where we want to get to.
No, you're right. And look, that's why I said he stands out. And when you need him, Yaxel's going to step up. He knows what he needs to do, and it seems like he observes what's going on the sidelines, on the floor, and he does what he needs to do to move this team in the right direction.
Yeah, the pressure he puts on the rim as far as attacking off the dribble against guys either bigger than him or his size or whatever, his ability to finish, or either jump quick and get the offensive rebound, get his own miss and put it back in is incredible. And I think as the season gets down to, like I said, championship rounds, and they're playing to lock up a Big Ten regular season championship, as they move into the Big Ten tournament, I would like to see him just have his foot on the gas from tap the buzzer one night and see what he's capable of doing. I believe he has a 35 and 15 game in him. Maybe even more. So if he just puts his foot on the gas from tap to button, so I believe he's that good. So if he, that may be required one of these games, I can't wait to see it.
Well, me neither. I would love to see it because I would love to see him. Him play at that full tilt, like you said. But let's talk about Adai Moore. How has this guy improved from what we saw when we saw him when we went and played West Coast last year at UCLA? This is a guy who got 9.6 minutes a game. Now he's balling out. He's out there on the floor as much as Morris and Yaxel.
Now, for sure, his improvement has been incredible. I think you have to give the kid a lot of credit. To that big of an improvement is more than just, hey, a change of scenery. That's, hey, I've rededicated myself to this sport and rededicated myself to this craft to make that type of improvement from one season to the next. And he's done that, and also he's been put in great positions. They run the system and the scheme keeps him in advantageous positions, and he's taking full advantage of it. And he's also made plays outside of the system, outside of the rebounding outside of his area, making those full court passes to guys, up the floor for layups. You know what I mean? So all of those things combined, man, his improvement has been remarkable. And I think he's played himself into, what people thought he would be coming out of, I don't want to say high school because he, is really from Spain, but coming out of his high school age years, he's kind of fulfilling his potential and his ability for what, people thought he was going to be.
Daniel, I've been giving breaking news all week. I am a UCLA Bruin alumni, and I'm going to put the fund together to get enough money to get him back at UCLA. I just want you guys to know that. Just letting you guys know that.
Yeah, you better get rid of Mick Cronin. That needs to go away too. If you want that young man to come and play like that.
Speaking of going different places, how a guy from Louisiana go to Texas and then end up at Michigan?
I guess being So first of all, my family, my mom's family is originally from New Orleans, so that's why why I grew up in New Orleans. But my dad he coached football for 20, 25 years, and he also has coached basketball for 40 years. He's still coaching high school basketball in the Dallas area. So when he moved to Dallas from Memphis and Louisiana, so he's originally from Memphis. So once he finally, got settled in Dallas, my brother and I moved to Dallas with him for high school. And so really for junior high and high school. And so that's kind of where my Texas ties come in, being a product of the Texas high school, Texas grassroots system. So that's where my Texas tie. My dad's been a high school coach here since like 91.
I tell you what, I was a part of the I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, so we're entrenched here. So then being a pretty good player and being recruited by Charles Ramsey, Jamie's good friend. That's how I migrate my way to Michigan.
I tell you what, man. I was a part of the XFL. As a general manager, and we were based in Arlington, Texas. Their high school sports in Texas are unbelievable. Jamie, they get 20, 30,000 people at high school football games. I mean,
I see the stadiums. I'm impressed with high school stadiums. I'm like, that's a junior college. I'm like, wow.
I know. It's amazing. High school sports in Texas is unbelievable.
No, hey, Jamie, there's a lot of JUCOs wish they had the facilities these high schools have around.
That is true. That is true.
There's a lot of JUCOs. They wish they had the facilities that they have here in Texas. That's part of it. So I went to school my freshman year with Ron Bellamy.
Okay.
We went to school together at Archbishop Shaw in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Before I came back to Texas. So my Louisiana and Texas ties run pretty deep.
Okay.
Wow. I mean,
go ahead, Jimmy.
So Rams just out recruited everybody, and you just fell in love with Ann Arbor?
Yeah, for sure. So when he started recruiting me, he was at Cal Berkeley.
Okay.
So I was my academics were pretty good in high school as well. I was a National Honor Society student, so Berkeley, Stanford. So when it was only natural once he got the job. When Amaker brought him to Michigan, it was a natural fit. Then when I came on my unofficial visit going into my junior senior year, like at Arbor, I tell people all the time, especially it's kind of hard to explain for like coaches who coach at Michigan who didn't go to Michigan or don't really have that experience. They don't understand how, when you're recruiting a kid, Ann Arbor's one of those places where when you come, you either fall in love with Ann Arbor immediately or you just like,
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And I was one of those kids when I came to Ann Arbor, I fell in love with Ann Arbor immediately. You know what I mean? It was totally different than down here in Texas, the trees, and they always laugh at me when I say trees, but down here in Texas, kind of an open, plain prairie type thing. It's not a lot of that, a lot of green. It's not a lot of green down here. So going to Ann Arbor, just the energy and the atmosphere and everything that Amaker, told me on what he wanted to build when it came to the basketball program. I was hooked immediately from the time I got off the plane. So I was a Wolverine almost immediately.
Did UCLA recruit you?
They did a little bit, but I wasn't. I kind of, I let them know early that I wasn't really interested in traveling that far west. So I was that ended pretty quickly. And it's funny because my son and my nephew, who are prospective college athletes down here in Texas as a freshman and sophomore, hey, what schools do you guys want to go to? UCLA for both of them is number one on their list. But my son is in UCLA to visit because we took my daughter there as part of her. She was a high academic student as well, so she visited USC, UCLA, Stanford, all of those schools as an academic student. And so he got a chance to see UCLA's campus. And so UCLA has been number one on his list, and so is my nephew, who's one of the top-ranked freshmen in the state of Texas as well. So,
I know somebody that might know somebody.
They both have an affinity for UCLA, but if I have my way, they'll both be Wolverine.
There you go. There you go. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I get it. It's pretty out there. It's pretty.
Yeah, no. We're a blue collar family. We need to hopefully they choose right when the time comes. My daughter let me down. She chose Georgia Tech, but hopefully I can get a Wolverine out of one of these boys here.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Well, I wish them well. Wish your family well, man. That you can't go wrong at Michigan. What a great institution. What academically, athletically, all of the above. I tell Jamie all the time, I am a little envious of how the alumni and the support and the camaraderie after your playing days at Michigan is still very high and very good, man. That's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Yes, and it's one thing we're still building really quick, Jamie, with guys like Josh Stoller,
right,
and Terry Mills and all these guys. Man, we work hard to kind of keep the basketball brotherhood kind of similar and strong as the football brotherhood. So it's a work in progress.
It's a great work in progress. And I'm going to say this, Daniel. Now that you see the facilities now compared to when you were there, tell me what you would say, bro.
So, we joke about this all the time. I felt like whatever my numbers were, you could add 2 or 3 point totals to it, or to add 2 or 3 points to it, or just from having access to the gym, right? These guys have key cards. They can get into the gym 24 hours.
Whenever they want.
24 hours, whenever they want, right? And so when I was at Michigan, we didn't have a practice facility. So if you wanted to get shots, you had to find a time when Chrysler was open.
Mm-hmm.
But it just so happens that we shared Chrysler with women's basketball, wrestling, and gymnastics. When they had big gymnastics events, they were held in Chrysler. So it was one of those things where, like, I might have to wait till 2 a.m. to get shots up. Or 1 o'clock in the morning, I might have to have a manager. Hey, Nathan Zant was a manager at the time when I was there, and Nate can attest. He pretty nice. He picked me up from the dorms at 12:30 so we can get shots up from like 1 to 2 in the morning and make it back so I can actually go to sleep and get some rest before 8 o'clock class or 9 o'clock class. So you had to really be dedicated to your craft to put in the unseen hours that it requires to be really good at basketball. And so those guys don't have that problem now. So it's good to see. It's good to see, right? You can see the uptick in performance and the uptick in production from the kids, even since the Beeline era when they first built the practice facility and rededicated Chrysler with all the new amenities. So you can see the production and the players and the wins go up when you have high level facilities and resources.
No, you're right. You're right. You see it. We see it in football. We see it in all the sports because everybody's benefiting from the athletic department expanding. I mean, when the women's gymnastics went up the hill and different things like that, and then you have the tennis facilities and everything like that. So you're right, Daniel. I joke with all athletes when I said, hey, because you're not around my times, Daniel, but I was around you when you were there. So I'm like, what about the facilities? What do you think about the facilities?
I mean, you guys have a barber in the locker room.
Right. That's incredible, right? I saw that. I went, whoa.
Hey, we used to get our haircut in the basement of some guy's apartment at Eastern Michigan University.
Yep.
So these guys have a professional barber in the locker room. So it's totally different times now.
It's crazy, but you know what? I love that Michigan has progressed and moved on, and it's helped in recruiting and it's helped in everything. So we gotta love. I love my sport for what it did, and I know you're proud to see these guys when they run up and down that floor.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I visited multiple schools that had practice facilities and key cards where guys can get in 24 hours during my recruitment process. and I chose Michigan anyway. So that just gives you an idea.
Wow, that's some true grit right there, boy. That young man wanted to come to Michigan.
So are you the no other ties, no other family members or anything, or you just wanted to go to Michigan?
No ties, no family up there. When I got to Michigan, I was by myself, and I made friends and I made family as well. So,
wow,
like I said, Michigan, Ann Arbor is a special place. Ann Arbor, Detroit area is a special place for me.
He's right. Yeah. I came here. I got 3 brothers that went to Syracuse. I'm like, no, bump y'all. I'm not going to Syracuse. Too damn cold.
my wife and I's first date was Pizza House.
There you go. There you go.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Daniel, appreciate you coming on, being a part of this. I got to ask you my question of the day. And you know what? To you may say, come on, man. But I got to ask this question. Outside of Michigan State, what team will be the toughest the rest of the way on our schedule?
When I was scheduled conference-wise, I would say Illinois.
Okay.
9 conferences just overall, I would say Duke. I think the Duke game is going to be a really, really competitive, high-level basketball game. But as far as what we know Big Ten basketball will be and championship-level basketball, I think the Illinois game is probably the toughest game.
Well, I tell you about that Illinois team. I told you they think they're our arch rival.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, no, and I would argue in basketball, Ohio State isn't our biggest rival. Right. Obviously, I think MSU and Illinois probably, for me, I know during my time, felt like bigger games than the Ohio State game.
No, you're right. I feel the same way for you. For some reason, Illinois, they come and their coaches are ready to play Michigan. They want to dominate Michigan.
Right.
Yep, going all the way back to the Fab Five days. You know, they make a big thing about, hey, we won the Big Ten, the flying the line, not the Fab Five. So, you know, it's always,
we went further, though. We went to the championship game. You didn't.
Yeah, that's a big time rivalry.
Daniel, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. We'll catch up with you later.
Yes, sir. Talk to you later.
That's Daniel Morton for your point guard for the University of Michigan. You heard him. He had love for Michigan. He had love.
He had love. He wanted to go to Michigan, man. He had choices, and he says the minute he stepped off the plane, he knew he was going. You know what? I think that's something to do with Coach. I think Coach Rams and those guys.
Rams did a good job, right? We got to give Rams. You know what?
Next time we have him on, we got to talk about that.
We got to talk to him on Tuesday and say, dude, you did a great job of hypnotizing Daniel Horton. We got to go to a break. And you know the question of the day. Outside of Michigan State, who's the toughest on the schedule? The rest of the remaining teams on the schedule. Is it Purdue? Is it Minnesota? Is it Illinois? Is it, and I'm talking in the Big Ten. If you want to say Duke, you can say Duke because we're playing Duke next Saturday. I got you. But I'm asking you this question. On the other side, we'll come right back and we'll hear your phone calls. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Clear on radio.
Thank you. Wore that little boy out. CJ asleep.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin, and Big Larry Lee. Big Sweet, we call him. 734-988-1050. 734-988-1050. You know, I was thinking, Big Sweet, I got what's the toughest team on the rest of the schedule outside of Michigan State? What made you, callers? What was the moment that made you love Michigan? What was the moment that you got behind Michigan and they became your team? And was it the colors? I'm going to tell you what, it was the helmets for me. I ain't going to lie to you. I saw Ohio State game. They had that gray helmet on with some dirt on it. And they had them winged helmets. Oh, my God. Keith Jackson, he narrated so good. I can't hear Larry.
The winged helmet is a symbol, man. It's an icon.
It's an iconic. It's an iconic symbol. I am not here trying to recruit anybody. I'm just telling you, it is a great thing. It is one of the things that I came there just to wear that helmet.
That helmet did have it does have a lot of significance, man. You know, like I said, when I took my recruiting trip there, and I went out to dinner with Bo and his wife, or they cooked at his house.
Right. Yeah.
I was intrigued. I was intrigued because several guys I knew from Ohio had gone to Michigan and that kind of thing, and I thought about it seriously, but then I said, I'll be betraying Ohio State. So, as a high school senior in Ohio, if Woody Hayes wanted you, that was it. Woody Hayes. But then I was blessed to have Bo and Woody come after me.
That's cool. Cool. That's a cool thing.
I was blessed. But then, as we discussed earlier, Jamie, I took that recruiting trip.
Yep, right.
And when I left Dayton, it was like 8 degrees or something like that.
Right.
I got out there, it was 70s plus. I saw halter tops. I saw booty shorts. I saw, I was like, wait a minute, I can go to school. And it's like this time of year. And then they talked to me about the academics, and I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the whole nine. I was like,
that's a recruiting tool.
Yeah. I said, okay, all right, this is where I'm going to school. Okay, all right. Yeah, but no slam on Michigan, man. What a great, once again, not a slam on Michigan. Love Michigan. Michigan's a great school. I know all the guys that played there during our eras and stuff, and I'm still tight with a lot of them, and just didn't go there. Yep, that's all.
Derek, did you have a moment when you started liking Michigan?
I kind of grew up indoctrinated, sure.
Yeah.
Living close, family and stuff involved.
Right.
And, I'd say my first game I went to, 2007 against the Ducks, the dual Statue of Liberty plays, right? That was my first game. Of course, we lost that one pretty handedly.
Did. We got blowed out.
But just the spectacle of the big house, and I'll date myself here. I was 9 years old. That's the 2007 season, and fell in love with football then. But basketball, I will say, I do have a moment for basketball.
Okay,
it's the Trey Burke 2013. The run they had, of course, losing against Louisville, but wasn't the 3 against Kansas?
Shot against Kansas. Shot. You just call it the shot.
The shot. That's right. That's that was the moment for basketball. I mean, I always liked the basketball. I went to a couple games, but that was when I really started paying more attention to basketball. Yeah, of course, the wing helmets. Yeah, it's classic answer and stuff. And I'm a big history buff, so looking into the old time, Fitz Chrysler and Benny Oosterbaan and all those guys and stuff. Of course, Bo. Bo. But yeah, it's definitely my moments. Yep.
I hear you, Derek. I forgot to say, I thought very highly of Bo, but Jerry Hanlon.
Yep.
I loved me some Jerry Hanlon. To this day, I love Coach Jerry Hanlon was just the best of the best. Best of the best.
Jerry Hanlon was if there's no Jerry Hanlon, there's no Jamie Morris. I'll say that.
Wow.
Because he told those linemen, you don't block for this little son of a, and I will destroy you.
Yeah. So, I'm telling you, even though I didn't go to Michigan, when I got in the NFL, every training camp, I got a postcard during training camp from Jerry Hanlon. Say, hey, Larry, have a great season. Stay healthy, kind of thing from Coach Hanlon. What a class act.
734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. You got a couple questions? I'm just rolling it to you. Mustafa!
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Mustafa. How are you?
Great. I mean, it was a nice day for Michigan standards, so not too bad around here today, Larry.
Yes, sir.
It was mid-30s. Sun shining. We can't. That's the best day since like October.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh,
he's right.
Hey, Larry, if you do have any friends within the UCLA basketball front office, please, call them. Tell your guy, man, to behave tomorrow. The head coach. Nothing.
Hey, I don't think we'll do any kicking. I don't think we'll do any kicking like the Michigan State kid or nothing like that. Even though Cronin can be a hothead, I don't think he teaches all that stuff.
I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about that coach. He will say something that will embarrass your school every single game.
Oh yeah.
And with the Amara situation, I'm sure he'll say something tomorrow. Now everybody would be like, "Wow." So hopefully, you can call over there and let them know, hey, listen, just be cool, all right? Lose, you're going to lose anyway, so lose with dignity.
Rub it in, Mustafa. Rub it
in, baby. Hey, Jamie, listen, man, the year for me was the 2000.
Okay.
I think Michigan went to Ohio State. Was it Drew Hansen and Anthony Thomas? I can't remember.
Yeah,
anyway,
it was Drew Hansen and Anthony Thomas. Yep.
It was my first ever game. And then at the time, I worked for a place owned by, I'm not going to say their name because they are very low profile people, man.
Okay.
They will not like it. But, man, these are all American family, So they had they Michigan people. They went to Michigan from the father to the kid, to the kids. They had multiple tickets, and they give away tickets to employee all the time.
Okay.
And they made sure that I got a ticket every single game.
Wow.
That family, man. Oh yeah, that family, man. They kind of sucked me into Michigan football, man. For years, I got a set of tickets every home game for me to go, and then the game start growing into me. They still around for that family because that place has since shut down. But this is the best American family I ever seen. They're good people. They take care of you, man. That place was just like a family business. They're good people. They know. If they hear me, they know that I'm talking about them. But out of respect, I'm not going to bring them up, in the air. So.
I got you.
But the one loss that I can tell you that, the toughest game to me is a guaranteed loss.
Oh,
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too. Who's that guaranteed loss?
Illinois. And the reason I said that, Jamie, because Illinois, they will bring the Michigan State level of hatred towards Michigan. That's the only team outside of Michigan State that hate us the way Michigan State. Illinois want to beat Michigan so bad.
Here's the thing about Illinois now. This team doesn't know the Michigan hate about the Big Ten. How the Big Ten hates Michigan. They ignored it. Did you see them at Breslin in East Lansing? They loved it. Those players enjoyed it. They embraced that hate. They were waving them on. Bring it. We need more. They didn't know any better. They don't know better. Trust me.
Okay. The difference is Michigan is prepared to match the intensity of Michigan State. But for whatever reason, Illinois hate us. We don't hate them back. We just play like any other team. If you do that,
again,
and they have weapons, they have. Yeah, go ahead.
Again, new era in the NIL. I'm just telling you, it's different, Mustafa, now. It's not the same like it was. And I agree with you in the past. But right now, in today's world, Michigan wants to win. We just want to win for each other. We care about this team right here, right now.
And then, I hope we're right. I hope that we can match that whatever they got going on. And I mean, outside of that now, they're the only team that can really hurt Michigan. They have what we don't like. Illinois can beat they can beat Michigan without having to deal with our bigs. They can shoot from like Chicago. They can shoot the ball.
Did you watch this team? Did you watch that team against Michigan State Did you watch them last week?
Did you watch the Michigan-Wisconsin game, Jamie Morris?
I did, and we got caught. We got caught. I'll admit we got caught.
No. Illinois got shooters deadly. They are deadly from outside.
Well, I'm just telling you, they weren't deadly in East Lansing, so they ain't deadly all the time. That's what I'm saying to you. They ain't deadly all the time, okay? They human.
I mean,
if they bleed, they human.
They do have at their disposal the type of weapon that Michigan don't want to see. I'm telling you, maybe now we can now impose our wheels in the paint. So, I mean, style makes fights, you know what I mean? But anyway, to me, I just hate that game. And thank God, that's toward the very end, the tail end. Maybe by that time, we may have 3-game cushion, so it's not going to matter too much.
I don't want no cushion. I want it in the I don't want no cushion. I want it in the end. You know who I want. Hey, don't get me started in here. Don't get me all fired up. Don't get me like that.
In the other hand, man, Jamie, Wake Forest. I'm going to tell you a few games here. I don't know how much time you got left, but Wake Forest, Penn State, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Northwestern. These are the worst team in the conference. Michigan they just don't get up with these games. So to me, the other day, if we did not have LJ Kaysan come in and calm everything down, Elliot Cadeau act like he's playing a pickup game in New York City. What are you doing? I mean,
that's why I said we had 9 starters, Mustafa. We got 9 starters. Right. You're worried. I get what you're worried about, but we got 9 starters. If one or two don't fit, he puts them in. He knows. He sees it.
No, you're right. Because I mean, at the 12-minute mark in the second quarter, down by 16. I mean, I'm like, that's done, man. I'm trying to go to bed. I'm like, you know what? This is over.
I wish I knew you was trying to go to sleep. I would have called you like 18 times.
No, I went in the, kind of get ready, get my work stuff ready for the next day, and I came back. Okay, we're down by 9. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? By the time I do other things, we're down by 6. So I mean,
you know what that was. You know what that was, right? You were the drinks that night. You were the drinks. Get off the TV. Just turn the TV off, Mustafa. Walk away.
But anyway, Jamie, man, lastly though, I mean, just please, Michigan, do not spoil my feelings. I've been dreaming to wake up on a Monday and see Michigan ranked the number 1 team in the country. Don't spoil that, please.
Hey,
take care of you.
They got to get it done. Got to get it done, bro. Got to get it done.
I want that even for a week or a day, just to see Michigan on top of the college basketball world for at least a moment. That'd be a good feeling for me. It's been a long time coming.
I'll stop. I will stop. On President's Day, I will stop everything and take a picture and send it out to everybody. Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait. Can't wait. Special team, though. Very special team, man. A lot of talent. Very tough guy. Morris Johnson is a tough dude. That guy is tough. I mean, Trey McKinney doesn't look nothing like a freshman. He's built like a man. He good.
I got to bring Hadley on. I got to get Hadley on. I'm sorry.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Talk to you.
Mustafa.
Thanks, Mustafa. I'm going to call you anyway and say don't watch the game tomorrow. 734-998-1050. I hope you heard that. What's up, Hadley?
I find that really hard to believe. Hello, guys.
What's up, Hadley?
Hadley?
What's up, Larry Lee?
Yes.
Hadley, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to ask you, what made you fall in love with Michigan?
Well, I've told the story before. My dad taught at the university.
Okay. Yeah.
My dad taught at the university. We went to games when I was, I don't know, 9, 10. We used to go to Michigan football games when there was nobody there. That was fun because you could sit anywhere you want.
Right.
It was nice to sit on the 50-yard line, I'll tell you that. 10 rows from the field.
And
that was real nice.
As you got older, Michigan got better, correct?
Not for a while, not till Bo got there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Michigan got better.
Elliott was not that good of a coach.
Wow.
He really wasn't, Jamie. Let's be honest with each other. He only beat Ohio State. You know how many times he beat Ohio State in his 10 years there? Take a guess.
Twice.
Okay, there you go.
See?
Also, tell me this.
What?
In those 10 years with he was there, how many times did he beat Michigan State?
Once?
No, that's about right.
Right.
Yeah.
How many times did Bo beat Michigan State in his first 10 years?
Wow.
And Ohio State.
You're right, Adley. I don't know these. That one I don't know.
That's a great question. That's a great question, Adley.
We'll use that.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you how many times he's beaten Michigan State in his first 10 years, 1969 to 1978 or 77.
9, 7, so 8 or 9 times?
His first 10 years at Michigan.
Yeah, first 10 years to 1970, 69 to
69 to 78. How many times did he beat Michigan State?
8 times.
Yeah, he went 8-2.
Right.
And you know how he finished with Michigan State?
How did he finish?
Total record?
Total record, what is it?
He went 17-4.
Nice.
Let me ask you guys, what was do anybody know the Michigan the Bo Woody win-loss record?
Yeah, they know that. Everybody, you can look that up.
Okay, yeah.
You can look that up.
Woody against Michigan was 16-11 and won.
It's the 10-year war, really.
Okay.
Huh?
I was just telling Big Sweetie it's a 10-year war. Woody had to.
In the 10-year war, Bo won it 5-4-1.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But overall, since Woody was there for 28 years, he went 16-11-1. Bo, in his 21 years, went 11-9-1.
Well, Woody is mad at Joe Paterno because he was the one that told Don, because he didn't want to leave Penn State. Don Cannon went to go get Joe Paterno. Joe Paterno said, no, I'm not interested. I'm trying to build something here. But if you look down there at that guy named Schembechler, down at Miami of Ohio, that's the guy.
Bo and Woody were both at Miami of Ohio.
But they went to Ohio State together, and and Bo really learned there. That's what he learned. So I'm just saying. Sorry, Hadley, we're tailing. Go ahead.
And he's got like 2 or 3 gold pants too.
Oh, he's got a couple. He had a couple of them. I tried to steal them from him.
Yeah, really?
I did get them too. I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of Ohio State players that got the gold pants in later years sell them.
No, I'm never gonna. This thing is priceless to me.
Well, I understand you. I mean, you keep it until you're not with us anymore. But yeah,
I'm going to give it to CJ. I'll explain to CJ what it is.
Well, I don't know. What's the gold pants?
They had this a guy, a jeweler, that would give them gold pants if they beat Michigan. Beat the gold pants off of them. You beat the pants off of Michigan.
I got you. Okay.
Actually, Jamie, it was one of the Ohio State coaches. I don't think it was Paul Brown, but it was right around in the 30s when Michigan was dominating Ohio State. And he went before a Michigan game. He went to his players and said, "Listen, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do." And that's where the gold pants thing came from. And then every time they beat Michigan after that, they got a pair of gold pants.
Well, I'm just telling you what Bo told us. I can't give you anything else.
I never heard that. Wow.
The jeweler probably made them for them, but the coach is the one that are really initiated.
Smart man. But they tried to mix it in, not say the coach did it because it was against rules, I guess, rules and regulations.
Yeah. Real quick, Larry, how do you like your team's chances tomorrow? Let's be honest here.
To be honest, I hope we hang in there. That's all I'm going to say. I am sold on this year's University of Michigan team.
You see Larry come up here. You see Larry, he didn't want to come and watch the game. I secured the tickets and everything. CJ was going with us. I mean, you see Larry, he going to be at home watching me and CJ waving to everybody.
And I don't know if you were listening earlier. I said I love Michigan, but this is the one time I have to sit on the other side of the street from y'all.
Yeah, and that's good. You stayed on the other side of the country, really.
And it's going to be funny for him to get up at 8:45 in the morning to watch this game and have breakfast while we're watching the game and having chicken wings.
It's true.
But that is the beauty of being on the West Coast, man.
I can't eat chicken wings
on Sundays. You get up at 9 in the morning. You can watch NFL
later in the game.
No, I know,
or whatever.
We're doing a whiteout. We're doing a whiteout. That's all I'm saying. We're doing a whiteout. I can't eat wings.
Hey, yeah, that's the other thing about this whiteout. Have we ever done this before?
No, we usually do blue outs and maize outs, but now we're doing well, we haven't worn our white jerseys in a while because remember one of the players had their jerseys ripped. Remember that?
Jamie, are you saying that this could be that setup game you always talk about?
No. We wear white all the time. Don't worry. We always wear white. Don't worry.
Do you need added incentive to beat UCLA?
No, this is just white out because the guy got his jersey. They finally fixed the jersey.
Now, Jamie, you don't think Penn State's going to come back and say, "Oh, you're copying us with this white"?
Well, Penn State can get sit and spin around. You know how I feel about Penn State.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you the toughest game coming up for basketball. I believe I believe Mackey Arena. That's the toughest place to play. That's going to be the tough game.
So you saying Purdue? Everybody, I'm giving you the team. He's saying the Purdue Boilermakers with their little lumberjack. That little kid can play. Smith can play. He can play.
Let that Purdue Boilermaker slam you with his hammer, and let's see how you feel.
Yeah. Boiler up,
boys. Boiler up.
That's right. Well, enjoy it. You're not going to the hockey game too, are you, Jamie? Just the basketball?
No, I think we maybe, see, this is a we went to the wrestling match last week. We're going to the basketball game on Saturday. We may, if he's not tired, I'm just trying to wear him out. You know what I'm saying? Trying to wear him out with Michigan.
You're going to wear him out, all right. Feed him before you go to the hockey game. Then
I will. Fine. Don't worry. We'll get it all taken care of, my bro.
Yeah. Also, it's funny how you bought him a present for President's Day. I just hope next time when he wants a present, he's not saying, "Daddy, I want this $100 gift."
No, he ain't gonna go to $100. He know me better than that.
I know. I'm surprised you went from 10 to 50. I would think you do it gradually.
You know what? Look. It was a day that he was home. I was home. We looked at one another, and the first thing he said was, "Where mommy at?"
Oh boy.
And I knew I wasn't going to get him to do anything if I couldn't get him out the house. So I said, "Yeah, I'll get you $50."
You did that earlier today, right, Jamie?
Right? Yeah.
So he's smart enough to know it was payday.
He did. He did.
All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. Larry, enjoy the game tomorrow. I'll sympathize with you on Monday or whatever and talk to you then.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Bradley. Talk to you. Have a great weekend. We're going to go to a break. We come back. We got you. We got you. Tom, hold on. Kyle, hold on. And Philly E will follow up with you. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. I got to go there. Go.
Kimberly. Okay, Google. Kimberly, Michigan Legislative Black Caucus.
Kimberly L. Edwards. Kimberly L. Edwards is a Democratic member of the Michigan House of Representatives, representing District 12, East Point. She is an active member of the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus, MLBC, and recently served as the organization's treasurer. Key details: role, state representative, District 12. MLBC involvement, member and former treasurer of the executive board. Background: a former social worker, she made history in 2022 as one of the first Black state legislators to represent Macomb County. Legislative focus: her work includes sponsoring bills on African American history in K-12 education and health services. Would you like me to find the contact information for her office in Lansing?
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in, and we got Big Sweet on the West Coast doing his thing. We're going to go right to the phone, 734-998-1050. Let's go to True Blue Tom. What's up, True Blue Tom and Wayne?
Not much, guys. Just wanted to tell you about my first memories and falling in love with U of M.
Let's go.
Okay. I remember getting taken to the game. We walking into the stadium. I had no clue where we were going.
Wait a minute. The people didn't give you, the clue. You wore all these colors and everything, the same damn colors as everybody else.
Not me. And we went in the stadium, and I can remember walking in. You walk in through the gate, and as you're getting ready to enter the bowl, and that place just opened up around you, and it was like, oh my gosh, where are we? And I can remember our seats were up under the old press box.
Uh-huh.
We were playing the Baylor Bears back then. I think Harlan Huckleby was still running back.
Oh my God.
I think Ricky Leach was quarterback.
Yep.
And
yep.
Yeah, but when these guys came out the tunnel, and I saw the winged helmet and those yellow pants. Man, those yellow pants did it for me. I just thought those were the coolest.
That is cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, that was it. But no, I've been a long time listener with you guys, and I'll hurry up so you can get on with your other callers. But I've been listening since before we lost High Octane Mike and Linda from Harbor and all that. But now I'll be trying to stay more regular with calling in with you fellas.
Well, we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Go Blue. Have a great weekend. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. Hey, Kyle in Sutton Bay.
Oh my God! Hey, what's up, J-Mo?
Nothing much. Okay, how you doing?
Oh my God! I'm ready for fucking.
Watch out! Watch out! You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm ready for a spree. I sent you a picture on the website. So yeah. Anyway. So okay. So you know me. I grew up like 15 miles from East Landfill, which I call it. So you know. So my Michigan fandom comes from my father, who we were able to go out 2 times to the Rose Bowl, and when I was 15 the first time, the Charles White fumble gate.
Oh man!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was there, bro.
The Phantom fumble.
I saw it in person. I saw it in person. Yeah, and then 2 years later, when Bo got his first Rose Bowl win against Washington, 23-6. So yeah. So you know that cemented my Michigan fandom. And I was also there in the Fiesta Bowl in 1986 when Jim Harbaugh led Michigan back from a 14-3 deficit to beat Nebraska in a 90% red stadium, Sun Bowl Stadium, or yeah.
I know something about that game.
Yeah, you were there. You played in that game.
Yeah.
You played in that game. Oh, man. I'm telling you, Jamie, you one of my favorite Michigan players ever. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, I appreciate that.
But yeah, no. I mean, so I'm old school Michigan fan. Old school. And so yeah. My highest point was 97 when I was there when Michigan beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
My lowest point was 95 when they lost to Northwestern for the first time since the 60s.
Right. I remember that Northwestern team was really good.
Yeah. So, I've been through the highs and lows, and, I'm true blue all way, always, ever. And, and the basketball team, I'm telling you, I'm predicting right now, they're going to win the Natty. Because can't no one beat them. They got to beat themselves. The only way teams are gonna beat this Michigan basketball team is them beating themselves. Kind of like like the Wisconsin game. So
exactly. I get what you're saying, Kyle.
But no, I mean, this team. I love watching this team because even Yaks, Yaks my dude. You watch him. He ain't worried about his stats. He worried about winning, and that's one thing that I love. He worried about winning.
You're right about that. Hey, we've seen that.
Right. But anyway, I'm going to let you go and hang up and, go blue. And tomorrow, UCLA. UCLA's on the docket.
Yes.
Bust those Bruins.
That's right. Thanks. Appreciate it, Kyle. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
As we're talking this Michigan nostalgia, there's one more thing that entered my head.
Uh-oh.
No, good one. On game day,
right?
I've had the fortune of going down the tunnel, onto the field on game day. That's something special.
That is special.
That's something special. I've even though I didn't go there, I've had the chance to do that maybe 3 times.
I don't know if this is true, but the history of that. One way in, one way out. And it was the visiting team goes down first.
Yeah.
And then they would be on the sidelines closest to the tunnel. And Michigan would take the field and they would break the it would be a little signal. The two teams, the team would split to let us run through. Yeah. And we would divide them. That's a little stitch. One way in, one way out, the whole thing. So I learned about that stadium and everything like that. Just,
that's very, very nostalgic. I like I said, about 3 times I've had the opportunity to go down that tunnel on game day onto the field. That is a special feeling. Special feeling.
734-998-1050. Speaking of nostalgia, what's up, Philly E? How you doing, man?
Hey, baby, it's Friday and it's a 3-day weekend. Are you friggin' kidding me?
Our kids, wait a minute, our schools are getting 4-day weekends. They didn't go to school today.
Damn, that wasn't good.
Just letting you know.
I got shortchanged. Oh, well, what are you gonna do?
It's called midwinter break.
Oh, God, I just want it to end. But this is the worst. This is like the worst. Now I realize there's people in San Diego and Miami, Florida. Like, I guess February is just another month, but you live where we live, February was like the worst month. It's just terrible.
It was tough this year. Yes, we had two what do you call those, winter vortex? We had two of them, and yeah I get it. It's been tough, but we got some snow, but we didn't get blizzards like we used to get in the days.
Yeah, but the snow that we got didn't go anywhere because it's been in single digits off and on and the teens forever. So I mean, it snowed like 2.5 weeks ago. It's still here. It didn't go anywhere. But
hey! There's a nice warm front coming your way. We just experienced it. We just experienced it, and we still are. But there's a nice warm front coming your way with some nice sunshine. Oh, be quiet, Larry.
45-degree rainy day to get rid of all this crap.
It's coming.
I haven't seen green grass, and it seems like months. Anyway.
Okay.
I already told you this football story 1,000 times, but yeah, my brother was at a children's hospital with mono, and he came home with the 1976 college football preview edition.
Yeah.
With Rick Leach on the cover. And then I guess they say the rest is history, unfortunately. Of course, my old lady calls right now.
I knew that was her.
Perfect freaking timing. Anyway, they asked me a question that she's probably asked me 5,000 times. All right. So anyway, I watched. That was my first Rose Bowl. That was my first Rose Bowl that year against USC. And well, you know what? Charles White has a history, not just the 79 game, but the 77 game as well, following the 76 year. Ricky Bell gets hurt, and in comes this little number 12, Charles White, and damned if he didn't stick it to us. So Charles White's one of the greatest college backs that ever lived. Yep. And it goes all the way back to the 1976 season. So what can you say? And by the way, that was the same day Pitt played Georgia, and I remember watching that game. I think the Sugar Bowl, Pitt and Georgia ran into the Rose Bowl at Michigan and Michigan and USC. That was a real fun college football day, but it's kind of anticlimactic because, Pitt kind of rolled Georgia. Georgia didn't have anybody, and the only guy I remember on their team was their former head coach Ray Goff was the quarterback. That's all I remember. So,
wow.
Yeah, and you already know. Tony Dorsett, Matt Cavanaugh, Randy Holloway. Yep. I mean, you know the deal with the other team, right?
Yeah.
And basketball. Listen, I told you I was a Louisville and Iowa fan, but I kind of liked Michigan, and I despised IU. And the conclusion of the 1986 season, it was for all the marbles. IU at Michigan, and Michigan absolutely destroyed them. It was beautiful. I'm like, yeah, I really, really like this team because they kind of disappointed me a year before against Villanova.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but they came through for me against IU, and they absolutely. The only kid that showed up for IU was a kid named Todd Jadlow. That was it. That was the only kid that did anything. Everybody else, Ricky, Callaway, all those that you couldn't, Darryl Thomas, you couldn't find these dudes. Alford did nothing. So that was an unbelievable game, and I was sold on Michigan basketball ever since. And I got to say, that 86 team, arguably the most talented basketball team in the history of Michigan basketball. If you look up and down that roster, it was absolutely incredible. I don't know how the hell they got knocked out by Iowa State. And of all people, it was Johnny Orr. But they had dudes like Hornacek and Grayer. They were nice players, especially Hornacek went on to have an unbelievable pro career. But the 88 team, 93 team, all real talented teams. Hey, guess what, though? We're 9 deep, and you keep saying that, and you're absolutely right. And you know what? If we can validate everything with a chip this year,
right?
You know what? That team might join, Now, all those teams I just mentioned, none of them won championships. But this team could join that as one of the most talented and validate everything with a championship. So that's what we're looking for this year. So that's my story. And I don't know if you guys saw this today, but Mr. Trinidad was granted a 6th year.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a federal judge. He's in Mississippi. So, yeah.
Okay.
He was in Mississippi.
Wait a second. Did he already say he's going back there, or is he going to go to be? He's going to be sold off to the highest bidder.
No, he's going back there.
Because dude, he could start the bidding at $8 million just for this year. Just this year, he could start the bidding at $8 million.
All I'm gonna say is that that kid would be stupid to leave because it's a Mississippi judge, federal judge. So you better stay your butt. You better stay your butt where you are because, hey, they got the long arm of the law shall reap.
He might be able to own the country of Trinidad. Yeah, that's how much money he could have made this year.
Probably, but I'm just saying, you got to watch out.
He's going to have more money than the country Trinidad. So anyway, I think the bidding would start at $8 million just this year. But, you know, what are you going to say? I guess he's not going that route. Did you see, we did not cover this, but did you see that Sonny Jurgensen passed away?
Yeah,
and you mentioned it as your show was closing.
We did mention it. We did say that. I said that because Sonny covered me with the media. He had his radio show, and
that's right.
I did his radio show. When I got off the plane, you know, he was there, and I talked to him. You know, all the draftees were getting picked up that day.
Oh, okay.
Listen, when I was a kid, he was considered the greatest pure passer of all time. And now I'm going as a kid up until like Dan Marino showed up. Sonny Jurgensen. Now, I'm not saying he was the best quarterback because obviously he was in an era, but that's what made it so impressive that he was in an era with Namath and with Dawson and with Bart Starr and John Unitas.
Yep.
And this guy was considered the greatest pure passer of that entire era. And I think I don't think there's a whole lot of people who are really aware of it. I got to say, as bad as the Redskins were, because they hadn't won anything since 1937 with the original passer, Slinging Sam.
Right.
But he did have Bobby Mitchell, Charlie Taylor, Jerry Smith. So he was able to put up some numbers, man.
Yeah.
And he actually, at the time, he was a record-setting quarterback when he. And I'm not if you're aware of this, but the rumor is, and I've always heard this since I was a kid, that the Eagles are trying to break up the clique, and they packed him. They sent him off to Washington because he was a major party animal here.
No, he was a party animal. Yeah, I knew that. But the funny thing is that Sonny was willing to play with other players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, and the Redskins took those other players. That's why you had Bobby and Charlie and everybody on that team.
I tell you, I got to know Bobby personally. What a great guy.
Bobby Mitchell, great.
Oh, yeah, because he was an administrator, right? He was, you know.
Yeah.
He was an executive. And Charlie was a coach for the longest time.
Charlie
right?
was a coach for years.
Yeah.
Art Monk, Gary Sanders, Gary. God, what's Gary's last name?
Gary Clark.
Ricky Sanders
Clark,
and Gary Clark. Yes.
The interesting thing about Bobby Mitchell and Charlie Taylor, as bad as the Redskins, bad as an organization
Hall
they
of
were
Famers.
back in the 60s.
Yeah.
You realize both those guys were running backs.
Yeah.
Both of those guys.
Well, Charlie moved to wide receiver.
Yeah, but they both started at running backs, and they both became prolific wide receivers.
Exactly.
It's pretty interesting that actually happened, considering they made so many other bad decisions. But yeah, man, that's a shame. You know, when I was a kid, he was a national guy. He was an analyst on CBS, and he had the most distinctive accent and one name. And this is right up Big Sweet's alley. But he would say, Theodis Brown. He would say it just like that. Theodis Brown. He had the strangest accent, man. You remember, Sonny had a very. Here is a question. All drinking team, and these are tag teams. Billy Kilmer and Sonny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's team number two. Number two would be Brookshire and Summerall.
Yep.
And number three would be Whitey and Mickey.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
That's the Hall of Fame drinking team. I don't know. I don't know who else you could add to that, but
I heard Bob Trumpy was a big drinker.
Oh, Bob Trumpy was a huge drinker. Yeah.
I never heard that. So that's news to me. But yeah, happy trails to the great Sonny Jurgensen.
Yes.
He's an absolute gem in the game. Anyway, boys, hey, Sweet, I'd wish you good luck tomorrow, but I really wouldn't mean it. All right, so go on Monday and go blue.
Thanks.
All right.
Are we on Monday? No, we're not on Monday. Thanks, Philly E, for saying that. I need to tell everyone we're not on Monday. It's not my fault. It's the President's Day. We celebrating President's Day.
And one more thing, it's not on the magnitude of Sonny Jurgensen, but one of my good Lions guys, Tracy Scroggins, passed away.
Tracy Scroggins passed away.
Tracy, long time, good Detroit Lion defensive end during the Barry Sanders era and everything. When I was in the front office, we all called him Scroggy. Man, rest in peace, Scroggy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's, you know what? It's been a great day, great week. I mean, that flew by. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah.
If I did, y'all knew I was lying. Anyway, that's gonna do it for the M Zone for this week. Y'all have a blessed weekend, and hey, we'll talk to you on Tuesday.
UCLA.
Yeah. What about
UCLA? UCLA.
No, they ain't gonna win. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. You think hey, if they beat us.
If they beat you, oh boy, if they beat you, it's
coming down. It's gonna come down. You're gonna go crazy.
I'm gonna go nuts.
I know that. I'm gonna have to
have a good weekend, man.
You too, bro. I'll talk to you.
Yeah.